What separates a true leader from someone who simply holds a title? What turns ordinary people into individuals others trust, respect, and willingly follow? And what if the keys to powerful leadership are not complicated theories, but simple principles applied with discipline, humility, and clarity? These are the core lessons of leadership strategy and tactics by Jocko Willink, a former Navy SEAL commander who led combat operations in the most intense environments on Earth. Jocko distills leadership into clear, practical rules that work in any setting, whether you are leading a team in battle, a business, or your household. His philosophy begins with one essential truth: leadership is a skill. It is learned through action, reflection, and repetition. Leaders are not born, they are forged. Jocko explains that leadership begins with ownership. If you want people to follow you, you must take full responsibility for everything in your world. When something goes wrong, the leader does not blame others, circumstances, or luck. A leader asks a single question: what could I have done better? When you take ownership, you gain control. When you blame others, you lose power. Accountability builds respect. Excuses destroy it. Extreme ownership creates trust because people know the leader protects them, not sacrifices them. Another critical principle is humility. A strong leader does not need to dominate, boast, or pretend to know everything. True strength comes from listening, learning, and staying open-minded. Leaders who believe they are always right create resentment. Leaders who value the team create unity. Humility is a tactical advantage because it allows you to adapt. Arrogance blinds you to danger, while humility keeps you aware of change. Humility does not make you weak. It makes you invincible. Jocko explains that the most effective leaders balance confidence and humility. Too much confidence becomes arrogance. Too much humility becomes insecurity. Leadership requires balance. The leader must be strong but not rigid, determined but not stubborn, calm but not passive, aggressive but not reckless. A leader must learn to shift between approaches based on the situation. Flexibility is power. One of the most important lessons in the book is that leadership is about relationships. You cannot lead people you do not understand. You must build trust before you can give direction. People follow leaders who support them, listen to them, and value them. Leadership is not authority. It is influence. Influence is earned through respect, communication, and consistency. People do not care how much you know until they know how much you care. Jocko teaches the crucial skill of communication. Leaders must speak clearly, simply, and directly. Confusion kills performance. Leaders must explain the why behind the mission, not just orders. When people understand purpose, they are more motivated, more engaged, and more confident. Clear communication prevents panic. Consistent communication builds alignment. The leader sets the tone, and the team follows that tone when pressure increases. Another essential concept is decentralized command. A leader cannot control everything. Micromanagement destroys initiative and slows execution. Instead, leaders must empower others to lead. Every member of the team must understand the mission, the strategy, and the priority, so they can make decisions when the leader is not present. Decentralized command builds confidence in the team and frees the leader to focus on strategy instead of details. Jocko emphasizes prioritization. When everything feels urgent, nothing gets done. Leaders simplify chaos by determining the highest priority and focusing the team on that task first. You handle one problem at a time and execute with calm, disciplined action. Overwhelm destroys performance. Clarity saves it. When things collapse, step back, detach emotionally, and identify the next decisive move. Another cornerstone of leadership is discipline. Discipline creates freedom. Most people believe discipline limits life. In reality, discipline provides structure for success. Discipline is the root of consistency, confidence, and control. Leaders model discipline so others follow. A leader who demands standards without living them loses authority. A leader who lives standards inspires others to rise. Jocko also explains the importance of controlling emotions. Leaders must remain calm under pressure. Panic spreads through a team like a virus, but calm spreads too. When the leader stays composed, the team gains confidence. When the leader loses emotional control, the team collapses. Leaders train themselves to step back mentally from chaos, observe, think, and act with clarity instead of reacting impulsively. The book addresses conflict. Weak leaders avoid conflict because it feels uncomfortable. Strong leaders confront conflict immediately, professionally, and directly. Problems grow when they are ignored. Honest conversations prevent small issues from becoming crises. Leadership requires courage to speak the truth and the humility to hear it from others. Jocko also teaches that leadership requires constant self-evaluation. Leaders never assume they are doing well. They ask for feedback, examine their mistakes, and continuously improve. Complacency is the enemy. Leadership is a journey without an ending. The leader must expand knowledge, sharpen skills, and evolve with new challenges. The moment you think you have arrived is the moment you begin to fall. Another key principle is leading up and down the chain of command. Leading down means guiding and supporting those you are responsible for. Leading up means influencing your superiors so the team can succeed. Complaining is not leadership. Providing solutions is leadership. Leaders translate concerns into clarity and direction. They build alignment vertically and horizontally. Jocko explains that leadership is rooted in teamwork. The leader does not succeed alone. The group wins together or loses together. A leader gives credit to the team when things go well and takes full responsibility when things go wrong. That mindset strengthens unity and loyalty. People will sacrifice for a leader who sacrifices for them. The book also explores the tactical level of leadership. Strategy determines where you are going. Tactics determine how you get there. A leader must understand both. Big vision without execution is useless. Detailed action without direction is chaos. Leadership is the balance between high-level perspective and ground-level awareness. Leaders must continually rise above the situation to see the whole picture, then dive back in to execute what matters most. The ultimate message of leadership strategy and tactics is simple. Leadership is service. It is sacrifice. It is responsibility. It is discipline. It is influence earned through example, not demanded through authority. Leadership is not about the leader. It is about the mission and the people. If you want others to follow you, you must become the strongest version of yourself. Calm when others panic, confident when others doubt, committed when others hesitate, and focused when others are distracted. The big takeaway from this book is that leadership is a choice that must be remade daily. Leadership is action, not position. Leadership is humility, not ego. Leadership is responsibility, not blame. The world needs leaders who live these principles, and anyone can become that leader if they are willing to train, to reflect, and to grow. So what lesson from Jocko resonates most for you? the necessity of extreme ownership, the importance of discipline and consistency, the power of calmness under pressure, or the idea that leadership is earned through service and humility? Share your thoughts in the comments, and if you enjoyed this summary, like this video, subscribe to 10-Minute Books and tap the bell so you never miss our weekly deep dives into life-changing books. Remember, leadership is not something you inherit. It is something you practice every single day. Step up. Take responsibility. Lead from the front.